Yeah, it feels like Felix Rosenqvist and I just did this interview. It was last year we were standing on pit road celebrating a P1 award at Texas Motor Speedway, and you do it again this year. What have you figured out about qualifying here to do it back-to-back years?
I don't know, man. Great cars. Our McLaren just gave us a weapon today again. I think we kind of just built on last year. Maybe it's a good thing to start out early. I don't know. Like the track kind of warmed up. So, anyways, we'll take it. Big thanks to all our partners. You know, Velo, NTT, Arrow. You know, they just done a phenomenal job, and I think we've always been good here. But this is a whole different confidence level, I think, compared to last year. So, yeah, let's try to wrap it up tomorrow.
I can see that confidence level because you kept it loose. You're giving Billy Vincent the bunny ears and all that. Is there a confidence level, what you have and what this race team has?
I think it is. It's definitely a calm, and, you know, we're all pretty, nice and calm. Everyone at the sixth car especially, I think we just kind of do our thing and don't really look too much at the others, and we're just kind of chatting there, like, let's not celebrate too early here. You never know if there's a magic wind putting Marcus into P1, but no, it was an amazing quality. I don't think we could have done much better with what we had, so big thanks to everyone.
Well, now you can celebrate. The NTT P1 award goes to Felix Rosenqvist at Texas Motor Speedway for the second straight year, Lee. Well, Diff, when Taku and I were talking this morning, he said, I'm going to have to work my way up to it the first few laps. You lied. You were 2:16 on your first lap. Did you not need that warm-up period like you thought you might?
Well, it didn't take long, did it? I mean, the things are, though, what strikes me was the vertical G-force. I almost knocked out,
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It was surprising that, like, the good feeling. But what's great was it's immediately comfortable. Comfortable with the speed. Working on it, to be honest, but it's just getting comfortable more there, confidence up. And so the last two qualify sim, I feel pretty much, we're in the zone that we want to. So obviously, team prepared maximum and did a great job. So I'm actually enjoying it.
There you go. Hey, T-Bell, he told me that first lap on the track today gave me a lot of confidence. I don't know that Taku needs more confidence, does he? Meanwhile, Romain Grosjean gained a lot of time from the practice session, but I heard you mention wind. Where did the wind affect you?
It's quite gusty on the back straight, so depending if you get a gust or not on your lap, that may change. The car doesn't feel bad. We just don't have the speed that we would like to have. So good thing we've got to practice this afternoon. We're going to try to work on the race car. I think we're going to be kind of midfield. So that pole position spot that we have this weekend is not going to be here for Long Beach, but we'll get it back.
When you first came from F1, how big of a challenge was Texas Motor Speedway? Was it the toughest?
It's definitely one of the toughest one because of the PG1 surface. So there's only one racing line, and it's got a short oval, but with very high speed. So yeah, it's definitely a challenging one, at least a more different one from everything else.
There you go. And that wind, by the way, Hinch, that he mentioned, is blowing from 4 to 1. So a tailwind going into turn 1 at Texas, it's got to be a little unnerving. Well, that bumps him down to third, and you said easy stuck all the way down on the throttle. Was it a little too stuck, in your opinion?
Yeah. I don't know really what else we could have done. We're fairly trimmed at this point. The conditions are nice. Last year it was hot. It was so hot that the hens were playing hard-boiled eggs. But I'm kind of bum-fuzzled on what we didn't do.
You're writing all these down, right?
Because it just felt stuck. The car felt complete, felt good. But we'll take it into the race and make some adjustments.
Big change for you coming into the weekend. Scott Harner now on your timing stand. Is that a move with your dad moving away to another team that you were on board with?
Sorry, what was that?
Is that a move that you were on board with?
No, it wasn't my decision. But, I'm part of the Andretti Autosport team, and I completely obey their orders and what they want to do. So, we'll see if it's the right decision. But, so far Scott's been great. It's been easy to get along with and easy to kind of get in there and talking the same language already. And he's also been on my dad's car as a mechanic before in the 90s, so known him for a long time.
So I talked to Colton about that. Thank you, Colton, or a little bit earlier, Lee, and he said, you know what, I would have not made that move, but I'm going to do whatever Andretti Autosport wants to do.
With Ray Hall explaining the laps to his team, and where have the organization struggles been, and was that a gain, Graham, in qualifying?
Well, I thought, look, it's not a gain. We're disappointed. As I was just telling Jack, my balance was actually solid in the Fleet Cost and Care car, but I just think aerodynamically we're missing something big because the cars don't accelerate. And when you look at the peak mile an hour entering 3 or entering 1, it just doesn't. We didn't even need 6th gear, which should have been the run gear into the limiter, and it's not even getting there. So Monday's a big day. We got a test here with Catherine and Linus, and I hope that we can run some aerodynamic tests and stuff like that and figure this out, because I think the reason we race well is the chassis balance isn't too far up. I just think the cars are really draggy and slow, and so just got to put our heads down. I know people are frustrated. I'm excited to read the Twitterati and how poor we are, but the truth of the matter is, we're all trying extremely hard. Where there's limited testing and stuff, it's hard to do, but it's not acceptable, our performance, clearly. But tomorrow we'll be fine, as we always are here.
The boys were eyeballing something flapping under here. It wasn't your chin strap, was it?
No, it was a seatbelt, but I was just telling the boys, I don't know why, compared to this morning, there was a lot of noise, just tons of noise in the cockpit, engine noise and everything, which is a little abnormal this morning. My left earpiece failed, so they changed them, but the pieces themselves should have been the same, and so it felt like there was a lot more happening in there. I'm sure, glad somebody else noticed it too.
All right, done for that qualifying session, guys. Graham Rahal. That is Scott McLaughlin, top of the charts this morning. We're seeing laps in the teens right now. You were above 223 earlier. Is there that in the car for qualifying?
Oh, I think for the conditions right now, Devlin at the top there is probably faster than a sneeze through a screen door. So, he's going really well. But we'll see what we've got in the XPEL Chevy. I'm excited for it.
Faster than a what?
A sneeze through a screen door.
I had to get that twice. Yeah. Thanks, Scott. And that bumps David Malukas down a spot, but still a 2:19.2 for your average. How pleased are you with that?
I think we're very happy from our end. From practice, we were definitely a good amount of ways off with the setup, and I think we made a pretty good guess on where we needed it to be. I mean, it was still pretty easy out there. I think we still had could have trimmed out maybe even a little bit more, but it's always good to not be fully on the limit, and then you never know. So I'm really happy with the P5 right now. I mean, of course, we have another good amount of fast guys out there, but if we can get a top 10 here, I'm very happy.
Let's call that a highly educated good guess, guys.
Alexander Rossi hanging out in his new Aero McLaren SP ride, and when you and I talked before the season, you were excited for the new gig, but you were really excited to get to the ovals. One practice session in, what's your evaluation?
Yeah, it was a great morning. It was a condensed session, so we have new components that IndyCar brought to make the show better, and so it's trying to get through all that. But yeah, right from the get-go, the car was really nice to drive and kind of did everything that you wanted it to. So it was everything that I kind of imagined it would be. So it was nice when that kind of came to fruition. But still, it's just one practice, and there's a lot of strong cars, a lot of work to do throughout the weekend still. Today's a crazy day, but looking forward to it. I think the show on Sunday is going to be fantastic, and hopefully we can be at the front fighting with everyone else.
If he was joking yesterday, when I finished a race at Texas, I finished on the podium. It's just getting to that finish part. He hasn't made it past, lap 5 in the last 2 years here at Texas. Yes, indeed, Joseph Newgarden, a 2-time winner here at Texas, and won on the last lap, last corner here last year. But Joseph, this is really at Texas for the IndyCars become a track position race. So does that make this session a little more important this afternoon?
Listen, Marty, I don't know who's licked the red off your candy, but I'm excited to be here. This is a great track. It's very, very important. Driving an IndyCar around here, it's like trying to put socks on a rooster. It's just tricky, very, very tricky, but I'm not here to lollygag. I'm going to take no prisoners here with these rascals, and I think the PPG car is really solid. I feel good about what we can do. We just got to put it all together.
I think the game of phrases between the drivers, Townsend, has gone to a whole new level. Joseph just took it there. Socks on a rooster. That's a pretty good one, I got to admit,